Whenever you join me here, you are one of my gems. Welcome to what I like to call Area 5T1, where we do discuss the 5Ts. We talk about transition, triathlon, trends, teaching, and trucks. Each of those may have subcategories. And lately, there's been a lot of triathlon talk. In fact, today, posted at least one triathlon training video on just a short bike ride. It is a short video, so if you want to go check that out, I can post it down in the comments below, so you can go check it out. Also, I can do it. It won't let me put an end video, so I'll post it down in the comment section or in the description, so you guys can go check that out. Lots of triathlon content has been going because I'm starting to train for my first one of the year, which will be in May. I'm doing what they call the Triple Crown of San Diego. It is 3 triathlons that are done here, and I'm gonna do those, and then each triathlon you get a medal, and then you will get subsequently you'll get a little place to hang it, where you can hang all 3 medals together. So just coming on here, see how everybody's doing. Dirt Bike, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Feel free to hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Consider dropping a super, any super sticker, super chat, anything like that. 30% does go to charities. 15% to Animal Humane New Mexico. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. Yeah, we're getting lots of new subs. Today we hit the 2,900 mark. Our next goal is to hit 3,000 subs. So, and as always, our first goal in each stream is to hit, to go for 51 likes. Oh no, we always want 10 likes. Then we aim for the one, and then move up from there. So welcome. As I was saying today, I was doing a bike ride. One main thing I focused on this bike ride was I was focusing on trying out the new bike I purchased. One, I did purchase it used, but it came out to be a very nice bike. It's carbon fiber Fuji, and it rode fantastic. It was riding smooth, shifting smooth. So, and I did get to try it up and downhill. What I do need to make sure, and they arrive on Tuesday, my riding shoes. It does have clipless pedals, so those will come in. Well, I don't know, Strawberry. I don't. Zest is not my shampoo. No, not my shampoo, but not my soap. But no. Well, welcome, Strawberry, though, to the channel. You're on with Jules. Please do hit a like. If you aren't subscribed, please do so. Thank you to whoever just subscribed, if you're here on the stream. So please do keep comments respectful. As always, I do ask, if we do talk, if we get into any politics, that we try to keep it respectful. We don't argue with each other. And religion, we try to keep it, just try to steer away from. One, I am an atheist. I do have many atheists and agnostics as subscribers, and I have some subscribers that have gone through religious trauma. So we kind of steer away from that. Well, thank you very much. I'll eat that Sunday. Normal Kid, welcome to the stream and thank you for the Sunday. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Oh, another one? Welcome, Mark. Welcome to the stream. Steady. I would probably say, actually, hummingbirds. User, my stream can be pretty flexible. We can talk about pretty much anything, just that we want to make sure that we're respectful with each other. One of the topics we try to steer away from, okay, Monkey, I don't know which way you're going with this question, but when it comes to like, like burgers and stuff like that, yes. But welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules, where we are in Area 5T1. Thank you, Steady. Okay, games. We try not to use that language here. So we're gonna give you a little bit of time out. Oh, Jason, thank you. You beat me to it. Welcome to the stream, Jason. Jason is one of my moderators. Trust me, the moderators I have on this channel are the goats of moderators. So please, like I said, keep comments respectful. We can talk. Like I said, just about anything. We can be, as long as we're respectful with each other. And like I said, let's just kind of not talk any religious talk, because like I said, I do have many, like myself, like I said, I'm an atheist. I have many agnostics and atheists in here, and subscribers with religious trauma. So welcome in. Just if yes, I do watch football. I'm a Charger fan, so my game's coming up if it hasn't already started. So we can pull that up here. I grew up in San Diego. I moved back to San Diego now. So yeah, that's been my team all along. And it will always be, no matter what city they're in. So, actually, I had this question. I used to live in Florida before moving to New Mexico and then moving back to San Diego. And when the Chargers moved back to Los Angeles, someone there in Florida told me, they're like, well, why don't you become a Buccaneers fan? I live 2 hours from Tampa. And I'm like, well, no. I said I grew up on, being a Charger fan. And hello, Maddie. Welcome to the stream. And when they asked me that, I'm like, well, they only moved 2 hours away from San Diego. Yeah. We're just going to be watching to see what happens. So as I was saying, when this guy asked me, well, why don't you become a Bucks fan? I'm like, no. I said, I grew up as a Charger fan. I'm always going to remain loyal to them. I'm like, I'm going to ask you a question. I said, Los Angeles is about 2 hours away from San Diego. I said, and I grew up in San Diego. I said, so you're a Tampa fan and you've grown up here in Fort Myers, I said, which is 2 hours away from here. I said, so what if the Buccaneers moved to Orlando? I said, it was just a what if question, I told him. And I said, would you stop being a Bucks fan? And I said, he goes, well, no, I would follow them to Orlando. I said, exactly. That is my point. When your team is your team, you follow them to wherever they go. Like I knew someone that was a Ravens fan, but she grew up in Baltimore. So I told her, technically, you should be an Indy fan, because I said, when the Colts moved out of Baltimore and went to Indy, I said, you should have continued to follow your team. That makes you a true Baltimore fan. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it is a tough game. Win or lose, I'm a fan for life. I always say, the thing that does the talking in the end is always the scoreboard. People always ask me, like, friends that have teams in other cities always kind of, want to place a little bet on it. And I'm like, so or they try to like tease on Facebook and stuff. I'm like, they said I'm no fun to heckle when it comes to their game, because I'm like, I'll always Facebook them first or put a post. I'm like, oh, I said, I saw the scoreboard. If their team wins, saw the scoreboard. They're all, well, it's no fun to try to heckle you, Jules. So that's the way I look at things. Yeah, that game starts in about the next 45 minutes. I'm just looking at here at the. Who's your team, Cubby? Or what I guess it's Chicago with the Cubby. Yeah, that's what I figured. I saw that it says Cubby, so Cubs, Bears. I kind of put it together. They had the game last night. That was a crazy game. I didn't watch it, but I watched the highlights. I I tend to watch a lot of the stuff like the news and everything here on YouTube. And I do watch a couple of guys that sometimes will do the play-by-play on games. One's named Brandon Perna, and he's a Broncos fan. And he was showing the highlights of that, the Bears game just a little bit ago. And then the other guy that I watch, and they'll broadcast together. His channel is called Packcast, and they'll I forgot what his name is. I think it's Tom, but I can't think of the last name. But they'll put their channels together, and they'll talk. And yeah, they do a good job. And like I said, Pat Cass is obviously a Packers fan, and I haven't watched him do anything. Wrestling, Benny, that doesn't do anything to the channel. That's just typed numbers and letters into there. You have to hit the little dollar sign down at the bottom, and then donate through there. You can also do it through. I prefer just go through the YouTube app if you do want to do so. I get so many people that will do that, and so yeah, wrestling Benny. Then don't just um, make up the fact that you're trying to give if you don't have money. Okay, but welcome to the stream. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Um, right now we've been talking football. Um, okay. Are they? I've got. I can pull up scores. Yeah, by 4 points, 23-19, with 2:54 to go. Yeah, and the Charger game should be starting in about 45 minutes. Welcome, Yadira. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the like on the video. And yeah, Jason is in here. Thomas has been doing I did that little short about Thomas about a couple of hours ago. And boy, did he get views. He's already at 2,500, almost 2,600. 2546. He, for those of you that are new in on the channel, Thomas is my dog. He's about to turn 6. He's a Dalmatian mix. But I've had him for almost a year now, you guys. That's quick. Time flies. I got my sub, you guys, last night. Who was it that had a sub? Yadira, I went and got my Jimmy John's. Actually, I didn't go and get it. I had it delivered. But it went, well, I needed something that burnt. It felt like I'd burned a lot of calories after my bike ride. And then yeah, Jason, it was always funny when I still worked in the emergency room. They had built one at the corner of the block just by the hospital, and we'd order, and like I think they even walked them over because it would take longer to get in the car and drive around the hospital, and you'd order, and like 5 minutes later they were there. They were there. So like one day, jokingly, the guy walks in, and it was like, it may have taken him just a few minutes longer to walk. And I turned around as he's always, is Jules here? I turned around and looked at him. I'm like, oh, you're late. He like looked at me and said, no, I'm messing with you. But yeah, because they were usually so quick to deliver. The thing is, there is a JJ's here a mile away from my place. And for some reason, I don't know if they're only doing delivery through DoorDash now. I don't know why they didn't want to deliver. They wouldn't. I went on their website to try to order delivery, and it would only go through like an app like DoorDash. I don't know if they're starting to limit the areas or what, or if it takes the insurance off of them. I prefer Jimmy John's. I think Subway, what would happen is at the same hospital I worked at, they actually had a Subway in there. And it was good up to a certain amount of time, because especially on the night shift, at the night shift, we only had the cafeteria. And then they started opening the Subway at night. And due to the not big selection at the cafeteria, we started using Subway all the time. And then you kind of get tired of Subway. So then like Uber Eats came around and DoorDash. And so, you could order just about anything. So, yes, we got our merch store, Jules Area 5T1.printify.me. We have to update the merch to the new site name. Um, I will go on there pretty soon and start designing some new merch. I got to find a way to link it into the description. Um, Printify should, but you have to link it to, I forgot what the website, and then it'll go in there. And I've had a hard time doing it. Then it was the other site was going to charge me money. And Yadira, one thing I did find out is that I have to link StreamYard and code StreamYard. I can get StreamYard, and StreamYard will do both vertical and horizontal streaming, but yet to do that function, you do have to get an upgrade to the app. Right now, I use the free one, and I would have to pay I think it's like 44 a month to do that, which at a certain point, I was thinking of trying it out and to see how we do with the streams with that. Um, Well, Cubby, I will tell you, some of my best friends at the hospital did the same thing. Uh, and those are the people, I'm going to tell you, at any job, those are the people you want to have as your allies. I don't know how many of you here have ever watched The Breakfast Club, have watched Scrubs, but in those movies, in the Breakfast Club, the janitor in that movie really talks to the kids and tells them, "You guys don't know. I'm the person in the background." He's all, "I know what's in your lockers. I know what you guys talk about in the hallways. I know what's going on in the principal's office." He says, "I hear everything." And it's amazing. They're your allies, because I had one friend and she was a housekeeper in the hospital there in the ER for a long time. And um, she would tell me like, "Oh, I was cleaning so and so's desk," which was the director of nursing for the ER. And she's all, "And I noticed that so and so's getting written up." And I mean, she was very, you know, and she would see what was on the desk. And so, "Oh yeah, so and so complains about me, but I don't worry about him because he's getting written up this next week." So, RK, doing great. Um, as always, we're actually doing very good. We're starting to do pretty good on this live stream today. I don't know. Today's been like a day that's been given as far as views. Um, Thomas has gotten close to 2,500 on his little video that I made or his little short. Yeah, he's gotten 2,551. Then I did my triathlon one. That one's at 5. I mean, usually my videos they don't do as good as uh, I mean, it varies on the video. It takes time before they take off. So we'll see on that one in the next couple of days. Cubby, yes. Let's just say in the past 28 days, we've gotten 233 new subs. So it is growing. We're close to the our goal is to let's try to make it to 3,000 subs by, let's say, if we can go like this. Spirit Christmas Collector, no. But if I want to make it this year to the 5,100 mark. That is our goal. So that is what our goal for the channel will be for 5,100. Plus, I mean, if more come along, I'm not going to turn them away. And then next year we'll try to double that. That means we would double what we had coming into the year, and then we would then we'll try to double, or we try to go in increments of 51. So right now we're going 51 times 100. So we had a little slump where not a lot of people were subscribing. He's doing fantastic, RK. I don't know. There's a short that I just posted for him. And he's been doing fantastic. He's going up and down in the standings for America's favorite pet. So I will post that link. You guys can vote once a day for that. There's 4 days left in the polls for it. And I'll post that right here. He's currently in 11th. So I think the highest he got was 8th. One day he came up into 8th. Let's see. Yeah, they've got 38 seconds and they've got the ball. So yeah, they're just probably gonna down it at that point. The Pats are favored by 3.5. So that usually is just giving them the hometown advantage. Muffin, welcome to the stream. Was it you that had the Subway last night? Because I had to end up ordering some Jimmy John's. And it was either you or Barbie Savage. I couldn't remember which one it was. You guys, I don't understand. It was nice and warm when I went bike riding. I even said the weather on the channel. It was like 69 degrees outside. Inside this house, it is cold. It was good. I had what they call the Vito, was basically the salami, the Genoa salami. It's basically an Italian sub. And Mari, welcome to the stream. Please do hit the like button, you guys. We're at 6 likes. Let's try to make those 10. And we can, move forward. Yesterday we had a good time. I read the for those of you that know, I'm in the ex-Mo space, in the ex-Mormon space. When you're in the Mormon church, they do give you called a patriarchal blessing, and that's when a special guy within the church will give you a special blessing, and it's considered Mormon fortune telling. And this weekend I was lucky because friend Megan and Kristen have their own channel, and they were kind of poking fun at it and doing pretty much matriarchal blessings, and they gave me one. It was fun. I did read it on the stream last night, so uh, if you guys want to go back, check that out. I read it. It's funny because they made it up Mad Lib style. So, and like I couldn't add words into it. The rest of the audience did. So that's one of the good channels to watch. On Tuesday, I will be on, hopefully, the topic on Latter Daily Digest. Thank you, Cubby Drew. We'll see how it goes. Tuesday, as always, Latter Daily Digest. Bonita, welcome to the stream. If you're new to the channel, please do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Guys, we have made it to 10 likes. I am seeing it on my phone. So now let's move on to our next goal, which is always 51. See, we're doing fantastic. We just got another sub, so thank you to whoever did just subscribe. That was you, Bonita. I greatly appreciated. We're trying to break our new. We need 94 new people to hit the to hit 3,000 subs. Thank you very much, Muffin. Yeah, I'm trying to, I'm going in on that niche, and it's actually working out pretty well. Between the triathlon content, I noticed Thomas on his shorts is getting like a ton of views, and even the Xterra. I haven't done an Xterra video in a while. I haven't worked on it because when I do stay home on the weekends, I have to. Hey, Cincinnati, welcome in. Yes, happy Sunday, everyone. Getting ready for the week of work. Went out for a bike ride. If you're new to the channel, I think everybody that's in here are pretty much regulars. But if you are in the background and you're new to the channel, do hit the like button, subscribe. So who's been watching the playoffs? We've been talking a little bit about that. So let's see. We got the Packers or the Bears won. The Rams have won. Bills won and 49ers have won. We still got what? Tomorrow's game is Texans and Steelers, and tonight's game is Chargers and Patriots, which is the Chargers are my team. Yep. I'm the Charger fan. I've got two jerseys sitting right there in the closet. Um, I think it would be amazing to see a repeat of the Super Bowl 31 years ago, where the Chargers and the 49ers faced off. And what would be even more exciting would be that it would be a California Bowl in California. NoCal versus SoCal in NoCal. In fact, I will be there. Logan, you can put me the furthest away from being vegan that you can imagine. I was married to a vegan, and I would be nice. I would try out her meals, but I couldn't do it for a long time. I just craved my meat. Meat. I just craved it. I had to have a steak every once in a while. I had to have, real ground beef. I mean, I'll give them those Boca burgers and what's the other brand? They're not bad, but you just gotta have that meat flavor every once in a while. Thank you, Yadira. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit the like button if you're joining us in here. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Yeah, you have to have that real burger. It's like I, you know, I just the Boca burgers, like you said, were good, but like you couldn't grill them right. They would stick to the grill. Um, I don't know. There were certain things about them, and that's the thing about like if you have a burger, grilling it is always fun. It's a fun activity to do, and if it's not, if it's not done right, those like I said, the vegan burgers will just stick. I gotcha. There's another brand out there too, because then it came down that we had to go that she went vegan and had to eat gluten free. So I mean that was a lot. There's something that I do want to do is kind of maybe open up the live stream. I've come up with a new way. I'm like, I was watching a video and it tells you how to draw more people in your description. And what hashtags to use and how to and like things to highlight on it. That it's important and so welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit the like, subscribe if you are new here. One of the topics tonight has been football. Obviously, we're in the first week of the playoffs. I am a Charger fan. That's the last game that's going on tonight, and then we have the Monday night game with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Texans. Um, so we can talk about that. My channel is called Area 5T1. As we do discuss the 5Ts, we talk about transition, triathlon trends, teaching, and trucks. When I do talk trucks, I talk about the 2008 Nissan Xterra that I purchased for $1,500. I'm trying to do a resto mod. I have a snorkel right here for it. It keeps throwing a code. I still have to get it. I'm not going to do a snorkel until it passes emissions because California emissions is kind of strict. I still have to make an appointment with the mechanic that fixed the timing chain because it still stalls on me from time to time. So that's one of the big things. Another thing, with that, we do have to do some body work, which I might do next week. Then it's mainly rust removal and just putting some filler on top of it, and then painting it. Eventually, it will get a whole new paint job. Then once it gets past emissions, we're going to do the snorkel. I will do a video on how to do it. For now, I got this snorkel because it was recommended by a very good Xterra YouTuber. His name is Ride the Car Guy. He's actually shown two videos of two different snorkels he's installed on his, and this was his choice. The company I purchased it from made this one, but there's another company out there that makes one for Xterra, and he didn't like the fit of that one. And his judgment is very good because he's done several Xterra projects. His most recent, he's doing a V8 swap. He did a V8 swap, so he took out a Nissan Titan engine and put it in the Xterra. Just that's something I would love to do that, but yet it's California. So California, you can swap engines, yet you cannot. From what I understood when I read the law on that, is that you cannot swap the engine. So if I were to take out GemsX's engine, I have to put the same type of engine back in. So kind of boring thing there. So we'll have to eventually figure out if we could do the swap. I would. I'd go to a junkyard and try to find me a used Titan engine. I think that would be a cool thing to do. I got an idea here. I'm gonna pull that up there. So once the game starts, we can watch the score up there. And it starts at 5:15. We got about 15 minutes. We are at 13 likes, everyone. We're trying to make it to 51 is our next goal. Remember, any supers that are left here, 30% do go to charity. The rest helps with overhead. And remember to show Thomas your support for America's favorite pet. Link is coming up right there. You can vote once a day for free. And then And that organization that I looked up, it's called Pause. I looked up the organization just to make it sure it was a legit thing that I was, you know, not that it's charging me anything, but I made sure to look it up to see it's legit. And yes, they are. Um, so I think someone voted 10 votes for Thomas the other day. And the thing is, when you do 10 votes in one day, you do have to pay $10, but it does go to a legitimate 5013C or C3. I always get that wrong, but yeah. Okay, so let's see. Um, so since we've been talking football, how has everybody's team done? Like I said, I'm a Charger fan, so I'm just waiting for we're gonna watch the score from here. Because I wouldn't be able to broadcast a game from here. I know people will do like little. Uh, I know some people. I do watch some people on here that will put the little screen off the computer on here from like NFL.com and stuff. But I'm not advertised as a sports channel. Yeah, they did. It was that was a tough game between those two teams. Well, no, it wasn't a tough game. I was thinking probably earlier in the season, but Chargers sat out all their starters, so we'll have to see. Jason, do you watch Brendan Perna's show? That's Good Sports. He's hilarious. I was watching him break down the playoff games, or one of the playoff games earlier. The one, what was it, the 49ers? No, not the 49ers Eagles, but the Packers uh, Bears game. It was pretty funny. He does good analysis, and he likes to joke around a lot. His new worst games ever are funny. I forgot what exponent he's up to now. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We have been doing fantastic over the past week. You guys, I've like, what was it? I promoted one video, the ditch light video for GemsX. That thing has over 60,000 views, almost 67,000. In fact, it might have that. Yeah, 66.9 thousand. Yeah, that Bears game, I was watching the highlights of it, and that was a tough game. It was both, both teams. It was a lot. I think from what I was seeing, there was a lot of opportunity for the Packers to win, and they just kind of let it go. It's always those little mistakes too. Like I mean, the Bears had so many chances at turnovers. They could have probably made it a bigger loss for the Packers, which they didn't. Um, usually you got to you got to get the turnovers, convert them into points, and and go from there. But um, seems like they weren't producing on those turnovers. That's an important thing. So, Muffin, is that your team? You're a Bears fan? Because a lot of people are happy when another team wins, especially if they don't like the other team. I know like last year, usually people would say, "Oh, I want the Eagles to win because I don't like the Chiefs." And last time I think that they played each other too, and the Eagles won. It was the same thing. Oh, I want to root for the underdog. I feel like I think it was against the Patriots or something that the Eagles played. They were like, I just want the underdog to win. A lot of people I knew were, you know, looking at it that way. Rams versus Bears, is that what the bracket's saying? Let's look at. Let's see. So yeah, it's going to be the Denver versus the Buffalo Bills, and it's going to be the two winners of the next two games. Yeah. So yeah, it's Denver and Buffalo. That's going to be a game, Jason. Next week, the divisional round. That's going to be a game. Denver and Buffalo. Michael, I'm doing well. We're talking football today. It seems like it. We're talking about what's left of the playoffs. My team's going to start their game in about 6 minutes. Are you a fan of any football team? So see, we got Seattle and LA. That's gonna be another good game. In Chicago and San Francisco. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Remember, please keep your comments respectful in here. We do like to talk the 5Ts in this channel. We talk transition, triathlon trends, teaching, and trucks. Been doing a lot of triathlon, getting into the rhythm of triathlon training. So, doing a lot of triathlon talk lately. Also, we're also getting, I've also been doing some GemsX content. I haven't done in a couple of weeks. I do need to get back on that. And then also, and who'd they play that time, Cubby? So yeah, we're gonna get back into some of the GemX content, and I need to do some more of my high demand religion content. Um, focusing on the Exmo and the being an Exmo, focusing on the Mormon Church. So, guys, I will also say, and gals, I will also uh, say I will be posting a video in the first week of February. I'll be traveling up to San Francisco. So, like I said, it's the day after the Super Bowl. We'll be arriving in Sacramento, and we're gonna, walk around, check out sites. My sister was saying we're gonna go to the site. Oh, okay, against the Chiefs. Um, we're gonna go to the site of the Zodiac. Uh, um, Hello, Check. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe. We're gonna go up to the site of the Zodiac uh, killings. I think that would be a pretty good live stream. Not a live stream, but a pretty good video to film. So put it in the. Yeah, I figured it was probably a Tom Brady game. You're at work right now, Michael. Kind of sneaking off to watch the live stream. So yeah, I think that will make an interesting video. I will get footage and kind of do the video, get some pictures, go from there. Let's see. No, we don't want that. CBS Sports. No, let's put on NFL.com. That usually will give me a pretty. Yeah, that's why I'm putting it on here on NFL.com. Watch the scores. Where I can at least watch the dots. Because I can't play it while I'm on here because it would give me a major copyright strike. And we don't want that. Yes, Texans, Steelers. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough game for us. Now, the previous matchup of the Chargers and Patriots, which I don't know when it was. Oh, it was back in 2024, December 27th of 2024. The Chargers won 40-7. So I don't know. Things change. We'll have to see. Excuse me. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the stream for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to go use the bathroom. So I figured this out. I'm going to take a little break, and I'm going to say 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, so okay, everyone, I'm back in. Kathy, I see you're here. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Getting everybody in here. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, please do hit that like and subscribe. So from what I see, the Patriots got the ball. Or is it that they're kicking off? Bears, Pats. Let's see. I'm trying to find the best. You know, it's amazing. Last time, it's just. There we go. That's better. I was going to say the same thing, Kathy. The Twix, especially since it's peanut butter. Oh, so we're going to get a punt already. Yeah, Kathy Olives. Hello, Noxon. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like button. Let's make it to those 51 likes, everyone. If you are new to the channel, just joining us in here for the first time, please do subscribe. We are on our way to getting to the 3,000 mark. Yeah, I have the game up on the upper monitor. We've been talking sports, so it's been kind of cool. As always, we can bring up any other topics. The channel's always open. Like as usual rule, Kathy, people need to keep it, um, respectful. Will they play them next week, Jason? If they win, I was just looking at the playoff bracket. No, they'll play. Denver, I think, plays. Uh, will play the Bills. Oh, will they? Then I was looking at the wrong bracket, or something was wrong in the bracket I was looking at. That would be an interesting game, Jason, since it'll be the third time of the season, and they've split it in the regular season. Hockey's cool too, Kathy. Yeah, I've always say I have to admire hockey players. I can barely get on the ice and skate. Let enough have a bunch of other people chasing me around, trying to get a fiberglass object into a net that's going like I don't know how many miles per hour. You know, already a timeout. What's going on here? Oh, it's a TV timeout. Wow, that's amazing, Jason. And I don't think I have a charger hat here. Like I said, so much of my stuff is in still in Florida. Should have. Already moving down the field. A 14-yard pass completed. Now a 9-yard rush. They're let's see, at their 43-yard line. First down. So we'll keep an eye on this, see how it keeps going. Yeah, I got a nice little like where you can hang them off the door. That's only half full, and I would probably need a second one with how many I have. And I went on a Temu shopping spree again, you guys. I mean, that I found it there. Noxon, you have a good night. Yeah, this was a deal for like less than $10. I mean, I got a phone mount for my bike. You know, it it's probably one of the most secure ones. The only thing is this part is giving me a hard time to mount. So I gotta find, yeah, Jason, it's you find stuff for so inexpensive. What this is not round, big and round enough to fit around my handlebars. So if I can find a piece like this that fits, you know, it'll be perfect. So um, we'll have to, just try that. I mean, I could probably order a similar piece uh, on Temu, and it won't even cost me this what I would have paid for one here. So, so yeah, it just some of the stuff's starting to ship quicker too. It's I've noticed that they're welcome everyone. If you're just joining us here, please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Uh, the channel is growing. We're trying to hit the 3,000 mark. We are now at 2,906. Ooh, 4th and 2. Should they go for it? What's everybody think? Bye, Noxon. You have a great night. Thank you for joining us here. And they're in the New England 47-yard line. So now that we're talking football, and for those that do watch football, I know it's been a controversy lately. What's everybody think of the tush push? Oh, they went delay a game, huh, Jason? I see what you mean. They could have probably stayed there and Dicker made a field goal. That guy's crazy what he'll make. Yeah, they punted it. They're on the New England 7. Got the sirens going on out here, you guys. It's that. See, not that we're in a bad area of town, just that we're so far inward to the east of the city I live in here in San Diego County. A lot of street racers come out here and race, and motorcycles, and there's a lot of car accidents out in this area in the evenings. I noticed there's a specific time that there's a lot of emergency vehicle. On top of that, Border Patrol has their station over in this area, and so a lot of times they go over towards Tecate, and that's where they'll go um, and patrol. That's cool, Jason. That's cool. Do you do fantasy? Yeah, I noticed what it said. It's probably the autocorrect. We used to do a good pool at the when I worked in the ER, and you do DraftKings. I may try it next year, um, but we used to do a pool, with obviously some, and there was one girl, she would monitor it. She was the one that was a Ravens fan, and it was pretty cool. One year I won it like 3, 4 times, and I would just pick randomly. I wouldn't like, you know, I would look at the Vegas lines and stuff like that, but sometimes I just picked certain teams because they had a player that I liked on there, or I had this crazy way of picking. Oh, yeah, the most I do as far as if I go, bet or anything, or I'll go to the casino like maybe once every 2 months, and I'll spend some time on on a slot. That's about it. I do have like a limit, and I kind of have been watching on ways how to make your slot experience better. Like only betting 1% of what you put in. So it gives you like 100 tries. But also you got to learn where to stop, because and what your limit should be. Oh, INT, Sandy Chargers, I should say. You heard me almost say San Diego. First and goal, you guys. Oh, I'm sounding like Perna now. Oh, like and Tom Grassi. Or, yeah, that's his name, Grassi. That's usually what wins a game is turnovers. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. We've been talking the playoffs right now. We are watching. Rise, welcome to the stream. So you're having some pain? Why don't you go take some ibuprofen Tylenol mix? Yes, penalties and turnovers. Well, Rise needs to stop smoking it. Um, so welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. They're right there at the goal line. Why did my where is my why can't I see your guys' comments on here now? I was there. There we go. I just fixed it. Did they did they go for fourth and goal? And because I yeah, they did, Jason. At least the only positive thing I can say from that, at least they've got him pinned down at the 2 yard line. So, they didn't give it to them with like, yeah, it was going for, you're right with that. Um, but yeah, they should have scored. They should at least gone for the 3. I mean, at that field position, they shouldn't have. I don't know. It was usually a whole playoff thing with Chargers, I think. The only thing I saw when the Chargers actually went to Super Bowl back in '94. One thing I did see in that game, yeah, 3 is something. In that run was in the playoffs. They got a ton of like in their playoff games. They seemed to get a lot of opportunities that the other teams missed, like the when they converted the safety against the Miami Dolphins that threw them into the championship game, and then in Pittsburgh when Dennis Gibson patted down Neil O'Donnell's pass. It was just like these great opportunities that they actually took advantage of and changed the tide of the game for them. That's what they need to do here. It's always that they like come from behind, but it's a whole different team. I mean, that's already 2 quarterbacks ago. No, 3, because it was Stan Humphries back then. And then you had Doug. No, who came in after Stan Humphries? That's when they got Ryan Leaf, which we don't even want to talk about. And then they went to Doug Flutie, Drew Brees. Actually, it's a lot of quarterbacks. And yeah, momentum. Yeah, that's what it is. They would change the momentum in the right direction, but they had the lucky charm back then. He went through 5 Super Bowls in a row. Of course, they didn't win at those, but Gail Gilbert was the backup quarterback in the 4 Super Bowls that the Bills went to, and then he was the backup quarterback in the. Look at that. Blown coverage. That had to be blown coverage because you don't let someone get. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Come on in. We can talk playoffs. I'm kind of watching the game on here, just watching the dots, and we've been talking the Chargers versus Patriots. Kind of a game that's everywhere right now. So we can also talk other topics. We always talk what we call the 5 T's. We talk about transition triathlon trends, teaching and trucks. When we do talk teaching, we talk about being prepared for times of emergency. We talk about, I talk about high demand religions from time to time. I do videos on it. I was a member of the Mormon Church, which is definitely a high demand religion, even a cult. Um, also, do discuss, uh, I've been doing some videos about, well, no, those fall under triathlon on my training. Um, Also, sometimes I'll cook and just show how I make specific food. And then they're just letting it get away right there, Jason. Uh, Also, from time to time, I'll do like little videos on urban legends. I may have one of those coming up soon. I live in Southern California, traveling up to Northern California. Will probably be visiting where uh, Zodiac Killer, did a lot of his crimes. So I will do a video on that. Yeah, look at that. Defense. Where's the defense? Second and 4 on the LA 30. And I think that's, yeah, that's true crime. My niece lives up in that area. Oh, so they're going, so we're gonna go over there. My niece is gonna show us, I don't know. Oh, it's incomplete pass. So I'll probably take some pics, film some video there, and then make a video on it. Um, kind of, I'll do that one on my own. He is obviously, she lives in Vegas now, so it could have been something cool for our channel together. Um, she has now started a channel of her own. Um, she has been doing just mainly little like shorts. So let me see if I can get that video, that channel for you guys. You guys can go support it. She's made shorts from, I'm like the only subscriber right now. Here we go. Support my friend. Uh, we do have one channel together. We've done a couple of videos on, uh, but you can uh, support her channel. She's done a couple of little shorts. One's got 10 views. One's her Maine Coon cat. She mainly does it with pictures and music on there, but it's still, guys, support her. I think that would be great. In fact, we could throw her link in the description. I will put her link in the description down below. Um, in fact, there's another friend that I do want to put in there too. I'm going to put a couple friends' channels in here. I'm going to put Heats. I'm going to put my friend Jenny Gage, always good content creators. I have a lot of people that do great content, and I'd like to support them because of that. Okay, so now let's go to Jenny's. Life Take 2. And got like what I may try to do with Ladder Daily Digest this week, I may put it that'll link to my StreamYard also. What's it doing? What did I just do? And one more. And I'm also going to put Joe's here at the Church of Core Horror, which is a church for atheists and agnostics. He had a pretty. I started off his sermon today, but I decided to go out and do my bike ride. So yeah, just support those channels if you can. Sure, all my friends would appreciate it. They're in the description down below. It's way at the bottom, Jason. I just saved them on there. Right here's the. Which link are you talking about? Really? I was just on there. That's strange. Tom Grassi is actually doing the play-by-play reactions on his channel. He's the Packers fan. He's the Packcast. Yeah, I'll try. To get the whole. No more numbers after 9792. Heather's Hmm. Here, let's try it again. This is a copy and paste right off of YouTube. Yeah, it's the same thing. After it should just be up to 9792. I'm her only subscriber right now. Yeah, even hey Jason, even the Patriots didn't get much done in that one. For how good that drive went for them, they only a field goal. I mean, I would have expected more. I mean, yeah, that's what it is. I've been watching. It's funny how fans find all these little stats to show how certain teams will win because, like, if they had so many points at so many games, and I mean, being a Charger fan and all, I love them, and I would love to see them in the Super Bowl. But what I see is that there's like certain fans that dig go deep into this rabbit hole and find every stat that will go in their favor, saying, "Oh well, this team if they had X, amount of points in the second quarter, or if they lost, to this game," and it's just, they dig up all these stats just to favor the team. I mean, that's cool and everything. It's just going a little overboard to prove that they'll win. I mean, in the end, the one that says who wins is the scoreboard. Well, the team on how they play and the scoreboard. They're the ones that do the talking. Yeah, exactly. It it's just stats. Like I said, they go down this rabbit hole of numbers, and I mean, some people really go overboard on what they look at. Man, the O line's not playing because it seems like they're going backward. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. We are talking some football right now uh, as the Chargers and Patriots play. Myself, I'm a Charger fan, so we've been discussing the game. Where I've kind of got it up here. Obviously, we can't play sound, so I'm watching it through an online um, video. Not a video, but like a little cast off of NBC Sports, kind of just showing me lines and dots. Um, moving. I've already seen the Chargers make it all the way downfield and not score. Patriots make it all the way downfield, end up scoring a field goal. Right now, Chargers have the ball. They're at their own 47. So it's like, as Jason, one of my moderators, has stated, is a slow start to this game. Anything, other topics we can talk about. We can watch the game or we can talk about the game as we talk other topics. We usually stick to certain, you know, we can talk about anything here as long as we're respectful to each other. No disrespect. Just have fun and enjoy. Um, we have now made it to 2,910 subscribers. I do want to thank the new subs that have joined in. Um, we are working our way up to 3,000. Let's try to make that by the end of the week. See if we can. We have had nights overnight where usually I wake up and there's been like 20 subscribers that join on. Of course, that is due to certain videos that are have been promoted online. One's gotten over 67,000 views. So we may hit a couple more videos for next month, maybe. Many a times, water treatment, many a times. You just join us. If you haven't hit the like button, please. We're just trying to have a good time in here. I am watching the game. We're monitoring the game here. Jason and I are kind of doing our little Chargers 2nd and 3 on the New England 26. Hey, Jason, I wonder, what do you think? Are they going to waste it this time? Wasted opportunity? How long, water treatment? Yeah. Oh, the thing is, Jason, he's got reason to win this game. I think they gave him an incentive that if he every time the Chargers win in the playoffs, he gets $1 million extra. Well, water treatment, how do you want to work with me? Did you, Kathy? Awesome. Maybe we can. Cool. You have to tell us when you're. E-Right, welcome to the stream. Uh, Tell us when you're going to do a stream, and we can go on there. If you'd also like to do like a live stream where we talk side by side, we can also do that. We can use a StreamYard link and we can talk side by side. kind of get everybody that's on this channel to also go and subscribe to your channel. Also, is your channel's name, your channel's name is probably Kathy of the Glade, correct? Because we can put that, I can put that in the description so people can go check it out. Oh, cool. Ooh, thank you, Yadir. I need to go and check that out real quick. Jason, 3rd and 2 at what, the New England 3. Okay, I was already subscribed to your channel, I think, Kathy. Um, Hello, everyone. If you're just joining us, we are kind of watching Charger and New England game here, kind of, talking about it as we stream. Um, Also, please do go down in the description to this live stream. I have posted several friends' channels on there. Please check those channels out and do subscribe to them. As we are speaking right now, I'm posting another one. Kathy of the Glade, posting her channel on here, pasting it on there. So I learned a new way of kind of getting more views, kind of making a template for your channel when you're going to stream. So a lot has to also be with sharing links to your channel and others on there. I didn't watch the score. What did it end up being? So we're at a tie game, Jason. Tie game, 3-3. I figured they wouldn't take that chance at not scoring that touchdown. Welcome, and if you're watching the playoffs right now, please feel free to talk about them. Everyone is welcome to tell us their favorite team, who they're expecting to see in the Super Bowl, stuff like that. Everyone is welcome in here. Man, Thomas is killing it on views. 2,600, and it's 9.5 times more than what we average. Man. So we're probably in a TV timeout right now. Yeah. If anybody has ever gone to an NFL game, you don't realize how much they do get in timeouts. Everybody really thinks, oh yeah, they only get the 3 timeouts that they get. No, they'll all of a sudden on the field while you're watching the game, they'll call a media timeout. We're in a media timeout right now, so you can, it's not like they play consistently. I know those media timeouts. So those players get so many timeouts. It's funny because you think, oh man, they're worn out playing so much that and they only get those 3 timeouts. No. Yeah, my daughter was telling me about the hockey thing. What's with? Oh, okay, that's the kickoff. Yeah, my daughter told me about hockey. It's the same thing. Um, you know, it takes a bit to understand because the rules are, and then sometimes the refs will come out with like certain penalties. Like, how about Jason? This was a penalty against the Broncos, wasn't it? And I never even knew it existed. Was leverage? Leverage? That was a Brandon Perna one. He was like, that was his reaction to that one. They come out with these rules. I mean, they have to know that rule book backwards and forwards, and it's just crazy. Some of the rules that you figure out you wouldn't know about till it happens. So, welcome everyone. Yeah, yeah, and that one was a funny one, like because like I said, I watched a guy that's a Broncos fan, but he does very good analysis of games, and like he was like leverage. He's like, we lost because of a leverage penalty, and he's like, what is leverage? And then he would show this scene from Scrubs where the lawyer Ted would all of a sudden say leverage, like he had figured out how to get leverage on his boss, and so it was funny. It's just I always remember that one because the Scrubs scene, and I was like, it was just yeah, I had never heard of the rule, you know. And then that there was that free kick rule that oh, that's true, Jason. They're tall. When I worked at SeaWorld, Stan Humphreys came into the park one day, and he was tall. I couldn't believe how tall he was. You know, he just looks like regular person on TV. And next, he was massive. And then, um, I mean, you have some good quarterbacks that were. I mean, one that are short for compared to them. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the stream. Yes, it has. We have been talking football right now. I am a Charger fan, so like this game is kind of we're watching it. It's kind of a slow start what we're seeing here. Um, I grew up in San Diego. Chargers were here my whole life. I moved to Florida, and then saw them move. So so I think we're gonna get a punt right here. From what I am seeing. SoCo. Yeah. That's true. It has been. In fact, the last time the Chargers made it there, we went through the Steelers. Um, Back in it was 31 years ago. Um, Dennis Gibson batted down Neil O'Donnell's pass. I forgot who he threw to. Um, yes, 1994 Super Bowl 29. But they played in. I won't forget that day that they won the AFC Championship game to Barry Foster. Okay, when they won the AFC Championship game, I worked at SeaWorld at the time, and that's about, I'd say, 30-40 minutes north of where I live now. And one of my friends of that worked at SeaWorld with me was gonna go right home with me, and so she what we heard on the radio on the way home was that they were planning a rally for the Chargers at, back then it was Qualcomm Stadium, to greet them back after the, oh my goodness, that was the week. Came home, we changed into gear and drove back to the stadium. The traffic was a parking lot to get into the stadium. Fans were running around. I had a truck. They jumped in the back of my truck, jumping all around. It was nuts. I couldn't believe it. And then we got into the stadium and there was a big rally. All everybody was cheering. Yeah. And the coolest effect was when they showed that their plane had landed at the airport. They got onto this charter buses, taking them to Qualcomm, and they were showing it on the jumbotron. And then they showed the buses drive into this tunnel, and they were being escorted by CHP. And the CHP cars are like ready to come out of this tunnel, and all of a sudden you see that car come out in front of you. It was like a double effect, because all of a sudden the front of the car disappears on the screen, and all of a sudden it's coming out in front onto the field, and then you see the buses parked there, and then boom, the stadium just lit up in a frenzy of screaming and yelling. It was amazing. My voice was gone for days after that. I had never lost my voice like I did that night. Um, I have a collection of hats that I bought that year for, you know, for due to the AFC Championship, and the last time they had made it up that far was when it was the AFL Championship, and that was way back in the late 60s, early 70s. So that's before the NFL has existed. Incomplete pass. Please do hit a like, subscribe to the channel. Soko, if you like what you're seeing here, I moved here to San Diego when it was Air Coryell. Sleepy Raccoon, everything's going great. Yeah, I moved here when Air Coryell was in its full swing. I mean, yeah, you had Dan Fouts, you had Kellen Winslow. That's who was on my mind next. John Jefferson. John Jefferson with that one-handed grab. I was just watching a documentary here on YouTube on there. Dark Horse, welcome to the stream. Dark Horse, my channel. My name's Jules. Everyone on the channel is considered, that's what it's called, GemsX, for a couple of reasons. Consider all my viewers gems. And I do have a Nissan Xterra that I'm tricking out, and I do show videos about that on the channel. It has been named by my gems. It has been nicknamed the Gem X. Um, the other thing we talk about here, we talk about we talk transition, triathlon trends, and teaching, and trucks. And trucks, we concentrate on the Gem X. If other people want to talk about theirs, that's cool. Right now, today's stream, obviously, we got into the football playoffs. Right now, I'm watching kind of a little, uh, we're watching the Chargers um, and the Patriots playoff game, and we're just chilling, and that's what we do. We're calling teams of yesteryear for the back when they were still the San Diego Chargers. To me, they will always be the San Diego Chargers, and I'll tell you, just about every announcer on TV probably still slips up here and then. Um, that they're the San Diego Chargers. I still hear some announcers from time to time. They'll be, oh yeah, and the San Diego Chargers, because that's where they belong. Um, Even the mayor of Los Angeles said that Los Angeles didn't need two teams. It was just Spanos that didn't want to spend the money on a new stadium. And he's just not one to go spend money on one. Uh, it's unfortunate because they had a big fan base here. Now, what's happened with the sports fans here is many decided not to watch the Chargers. Uh, the other thing is, to me, is I can go and drive up 2 hours to SoFi Stadium if I wanted to. So it's, why abandon that team you followed all your life because they moved 2 hours away? Um, like Kansas City Chiefs, they're in Kansas City, Kansas right now, and they're going to move to Kansas City, Missouri. It's the same city, just in different states. They're going to build a new stadium. So why, people are getting upset over that. It's, the people make, I don't know, just big deals out of everything nowadays. Like, let's see. Oakland has lost all its teams. They're supposedly the A's are going to Las Vegas. I'm going to tell you guys this. I was watching something. You guys, I like to watch a lot of documentaries, and I tend to watch them here on YouTube. I sit here a lot and watch them when I don't. Now I've started to work out again for the new year. I do have 3 triathlons to do this year, so I was watching about 5 casinos that have gone broke, and Easton, your name does sound familiar. So one of the big things, and welcome, do hit that like button. So one of the big things I've seen is that one of the places that's going to go for sports teams more than ever is Salt Lake, you guys. The money is there. Back then they got the Utah Jazz. Now they've got a hockey team. They're now they're gonna go for a baseball and probably NFL team. There's money there they'll build. And it's there's a rich backer there. That's all I have to say. They're going to try to build everything there. They have the money and land for MLB stadium and for NFL. They said they would, and they're going to try to find the teams. And the Oakland A's right now, they say that there might be a halt on their stadium in Las Vegas. So if anything, the place that would take them would be Salt Lake. I wouldn't doubt it. So, if anybody's watching the game, is it, well, if any baseball team is up for sale, someone they'll the thing is they'll take them somewhere else, and and Salt Lake is probably going to be the place. Like I said, there's corporations there with lots of money, or I should say, one major corporation that's worth $300 billion. It has a lot of shell companies, and but yet they're considered a nonprofit. That's where I'm going to go with that one. So who's watching this video review? Did they get this first down? Oh, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. John, I'm doing great. Welcome to the stream. So they got the first down. Wow, I saw the name Yadira, and I almost thought it was Huggies. I was like, because that's very close to his first name, or his actual name. I'm gonna say, is he here in spirit? Always will be, right? Sack. They probably tried to do that too fast. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Right now, we're actually watching the Charger Patriot game. I'm not watching it like on TV. I'm watching it online and seeing what will transpire. Yeah, it was a good game. I remember. Yeah, and the thing, it was like even the game before that, the Chargers had a difficult victory against the Dolphins. They were behind, and what changed the momentum when they got a safety against the Dolphins. It was Reuben Davis that got the safety. Man, they're coming in strong on Justin Herbert right there. And we're gonna end the first half at 3-3, you guys. Yeah, this is like a baseball score. Yeah, he just comes up, and he knew he had the safety, and he went like right there. Right here, they should just. Yeah, Jason, it's gonna be like starting at 0-0. But The Chargers will have the ball beginning the second half. So welcome everyone. Please do hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks to everyone that has subscribed to the channel today. Yes, Philip Rivers, LT, Antonio Gates. That would have been a great one. I'm looking right here in my closet. I have my Antonio Gates jersey in powder blue. I have my daughter's LaDainian Tomlinson jersey in powder blue. It's like this big. And then I have my Philip Rivers jersey in white. We could do a side by side. Do you want to try next Saturday? What's your time zone, Kathy? Because usually, like, your central time. Does Sundays work for you? Like we are right now? Yeah, so I'll set up a stream for Sunday, starting at, let's say, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Or how about 4:30? So we come in at 4:30, going into 5 o'clock hour, and we get a good start. Okay, bud, welcome to the stream. Sounds good. Here's what I'll do. Kathy, you need to send me your email. What I will do is I'm going to send you a link in an email, and no, I didn't hear that. And if you have my email, send it through there, or if you can do it through, or if you have my phone, just text me your email. You guys know what to do on that one. Yeah, just send it through there, and I'll send an email to you, and it'll have a link, and then I'll send you that link. Then we'll meet backstage. Like, so if we were saying like 4:30, we can meet backstage, like at 5:15, and oh, and they want to call what happened in Minnesota an act of domestic terrorism. Because if someone ran a truck into a crowd, a U-Haul in like that, to me it was probably anti-protester. Someone protesting protesters. Let's see. And that makes it This happened 42 minutes ago. Hold on, you guys. I'm looking at the LA Times. Um, U-Haul truck. Uh, oh, it happened in Westwood. During the demonstrations in Westwood against Iran government. A U-Haul truck driver drove into protesters during a Westwood demonstration. This is from the Los Angeles Times by Haley Smith and Richard Winston and Ceres Davies against the Iranian regime. Police took the driver into custody, and the incident occurred as hundreds of protesters outside a federal building on Wilshire, part of a wave of demonstrations linked to the ongoing unrest in Iran. Recent protests have resulted in 538 deaths and over 10,000 arrests, according to advocates. Okay, so did they score? I mean, this is still a baseball score, you guys. Slow game. Um, well, I think you got to give props to the newspaper here, because right now they're stating it's do not currently believe the incident was politically motivated or act of terrorism, but stemmed from an altercation in the crowd. According to police captain Richard Cabaldon, one man was taken into custody, he said. So if that's the big thing, they're going to have to see what happens with this investigation. See, I'm going to say something here. I know it may spark something. Yes, attire I am. Just there's things going on right now that aren't really in our favor. So being a little stealth lately. So what I'm reading from this incident, they're doing it right. They're actually doing an investigation to see why it happened. Unlike what we saw happen in Minneapolis, they automatically assumed it was an act of domestic terrorism. The police here aren't jumping on that. And the reason it probably didn't go into that from the feds is because it wasn't aimed towards a federal officer. So, I mean, everybody has to be pretty much innocent till proven guilty. And that's what this, the legal system is about. And no, I'm not in Minneapolis. I'm in California. But one of the things that has to be looked at this one, just like this one is being investigated, the other should be investigated, and it should be by local law enforcement and federal authorities, because the other one did involve personnel from the federal government. I'm not a law professor. I'm not a lawyer. Or anything. I do work for the federal government, and but it's not. That's not my practice. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, yes, both agencies should be investigating it. In this one, they should be also. They're doing an investigation in this in this one. So, and hopefully it's all done right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're going to go about another 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to have to shut down the stream. One, obviously, it would be nice to sit here and watch the whole game with you guys, but then I got to work tomorrow. Also, Thomas needs to eat. So we can go about another 10-15. And for those of you that are new here to the channel, Thomas is my dog, a Dalmatian mix. Currently, Thomas is actually up for America's Favorite Pet. So please, I'm going to put the link in here. Go vote for him. Just click on that website. Go in there and vote for Thomas. Yeah, just another manic Monday, Jason. Wish it were Sunday, which it is. It's Sunday. No problem, Soko. Come by any other time that we're chatting, you know? Sounds good, Kathy. I'll watch for it and not. Oh, it might have. I probably came through. It just set my phone's on silent. I've kept it on silent all week. You know, guys, I have a great friend, and she likes to call me every morning and talk. Just that some mornings I want to get that little bit of extra sleep. You know, and it's hard. You know, my alarm clock is usually set for 5:30, and she has to call at 5. So I'm like, you know, sometimes you just need that little half hour. You know, and so yes, Kathy, what I'll do once I have that link made, I will. We can set up a. I'll set up the link. I'll send it to you probably the night before. Like I said, what we'll do, and I'll explain it all in the email. It'll be the link, and we'll, you know, we'll start at 4:30, and then I will meet you in the, like I said, backstage. That's basically what it is. And we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to do. And then we'll, you know, what we'll talk about, and then we'll start it up at 4:30. And then we can go from there. Yeah, I'll tell you my first major stream on another channel. I had started just doing videos, and then my first major stream on another channel was with someone from the UK, and I don't know how she found me. I don't know how we found each other on YouTube. And she's all, "Hey, do you want to do an interview on my channel?" I said, "Sure." And I jumped on, and she sent me, and she showed me how to use the StreamYard, how it works. And it was cool, you know? So, and then I've used it several times. That's what I use, like, when I do, like, something on Joe, like, over at Chichikor. Joe sends me the link, or I send him the information, like what I'm going to talk about, and then he makes the link, and then and from there, I just have my information, and I send him pics, like whatever I want to add. Actually, I can add them in there. I can upload a picture as we're talking, or if you know we needed to upload anything, you can do it, and I can show you how. So, you know, if you want to, you know, talk about anything specific in general, you know, just we can do it in there. But yeah, don't worry. Look at the audience we'll have. They're all people we know. So, in fact, in about 11 weeks, I'll probably be doing another Godless sermon on over at Church of Core Horror, because today was Godless Sermon 40. I told him I get sermon number 51. So that was just my big thing. Yeah, and usually what happens is, remember when you're doing a vertical live stream, you're always going to get more people that come into the channel because it's coming through their shorts, while something that's horizontal, you're not going to get as many. Yet, come the other part, now you can actually do live streams through, oh, but I may do the free trial and maybe we can stream it horizontal and vertical. Now, I don't know how that's going to work. Vertical is, I'll figure it out for you. You can just go on vertical and I think it'll change it for you on there. Because when I do Ladder Daily Digest on Tuesdays, one gentleman always streams vertical. And I think he just has his phone vertically in there. I think the app will match it to what you have. If not, we can tweak it. Do you use your phone or your computer? Because that app has everything one can do. I can put one like that. Okay, yeah. So just work off your computer. It'll put us side by side in like, not in it. We don't need to worry about it being vertical. Uh, StreamYard's kind of like, I don't know if it's an OBS. I'm trying to still figure all that out because I want to try to do. I'm trying to figure out how to stream vertical and horizontal now, because YouTube allows it now. So I do have to use, like, I guess I would have to link StreamYard to YouTube, and it would come onto here like that. Yeah. The only thing is, if we did it where it has both, it's going to have us side by side. I know in the app you can change who's where. It's pretty cool. So okay, so we're coming up here on our 2 hours and 30 minutes, and yeah. And Kathy, basically, when I interview people on my channel, I kind of get the, what the 5 W's and the HR, right? The who, what, when, where, why, and how. So just kind of think of all those, what question I would ask with each of those, like who you are, and like what's your channel about, and and we can go in depth on each one more and more. Okay. We'll go down rabbit holes. So everyone, I do want to say thank you for joining me here. Been great. I do have to go feed Thomas. He's quiet right now, but no problem, chica. So I do want to say thank you for joining me here. Well, I also got to watch the second half of this game. Maybe I can find it on TV here. I don't know if I want to do that. Sometimes I feel like I jinx the game, but we will see you next time Tuesday. I'm going to try to get on Ladder Daily Digest. Hope to see if you. I'll try to link it to the channel. That way, you guys can watch us there. Uh, watch myself and the others from Ladder Daily Digest. Um, and my next stream will probably be, well, Saturday at least, seeing Kathy there. And then I'm going to try to do some videos throughout the week, um, to continue. We've had extraordinary growth this past week. And so thank you for everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I greatly appreciated. Thanks to all my mods who do a fantastic job. Yes, as Yadira did mention, if you are in crisis, uh, have any bad thoughts, feeling sad, down, depressed, hopeless, thoughts of hurting yourself, please do call the 988 crisis line here in the United States. So please have a great evening. Remember, my name is Jules. All of you are my gems. You are here in Area 5T1, and we'll see you soon.